Good morning. This is Marie with He Reigns Church, and today we're going to go to Matthew chapter 5, the last verse of chapter 5, verse 48. Therefore be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Now, the verses before that talk about in verse 45 says, so that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. And then it says that those who love, even, the pagans love their own children. So if you only love your own children, or those that your own family, is that really love? And that we are to love our enemies as well. And then we are to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. And that sounds like a really tall order, especially in light of what's going on in the world today. It doesn't look like there's too much love out there. There's a whole lot of hate going on. There's a whole lot of retaliation going on. And as the Middle East becomes more volatile every day, we see here in the United States the effects of some of that. And, people are just splitting sides. That I heard yesterday that a man killed a Palestinian here in the United States just simply because he was Palestinian. That's hate. And it's very difficult sometimes for people to differentiate what's going on in the world and what's going on in our own world. I live in a very remote part of southeast Oklahoma, and I have my very own little world right here with my animals and my farm, and it's very quiet and peaceful here. And not at all like what we hear on the news or what is going on in cities and what is going on in other countries. My world is very peaceful. But one of these days it may not be. And how I handle that and how I express my feelings about that is a very key thing to the Lord, because He doesn't want us to live in conflict. He wants us to live in peace and in brotherly love. And it's even now, I see sometimes that families have a really difficult time living in familial love, much less enemies living in love with one another. And it's a very daunting thing to try to be perfect, for just as our Father in heaven is perfect. To have perfect love for those who hate us, or to have perfect love for those who revile us or say things about us. And I've been there. I've had people talk about me behind my back. I've had people who have said things that are absolute lies about me, and that's okay. And these are Christian people who should know the Bible says that, don't gossip, don't talk about your brothers and sisters. And people do that anyway. That's human nature. So we see that the devil gets in, even in Christians, and gets into the church and causes upset there. And, this whole earth is the devil's playground. And we have to remember that, and that we fight our spiritual battles in prayer with the Lord. And we have to continue to do that, because it is through that prayer, it is through fighting our spiritual battle on our knees, that we do become perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. I hope you'll give us a like, a share, and subscribe. If you have a prayer request or comment, please leave it below, or send us a private email at church.hereigns@gmail.com. God bless you.